What's up, my guy?
What's good?
How's it going? How's it going? So let's get straight to the business. Genesys, what do you have planned right now for the people?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. Right now, I got like around 5 singles lined up. I got 3 with featured artists and then 2 by myself. From there, I'm pretty much gonna start the road to my next mixtape in December called Flow Motion.
So what can, generally, in a nutshell, what can the fans expect from Flow Motion?
Flow Motion is gonna be heavily R&B based, mixed with some lyrical shit in there. There's gonna be some aggressive songs and lyrical shit, but like the main focus is like R&B. I really want to try this shit out. I want to expand my horizon. I want to show niggas I can do this shit.
So what about Birth of Flow? What are people missing out on?
Pretty much, people are missing out on a lot of shit, bro. Like, let's not even start with Dreams, bro. Dreams, right now, the teaser just came out today, as you know. The music video coming out soon, but expect 3 music videos in total come out for Birth of Flow.
And what are those? What?
Dreams, Mindset for Life featuring Maria Aaliyah. Shout out to Maria Aaliyah, at Maria Aaliyah, literally just like that. And then Not a Game.
All right, cool. I guess the next question would be, is there any, anything particular that you're holding back from the audience, from your fans? Or is there something that you got actually in the works right now that you're about to just surprise everybody with?
I can't really talk much about that, man. So I don't know about that, man. I'm kind of gonna opt to not answer this question, bro.
Yeah, well, you plead the fifth.
Yeah,
It's cool.
I plead the fifth. Bro.
So it's cool. So lastly, I guess something wacky would be, what is the most obscure random fact that people can get from Genesys right now?
All right, most obscure random fact is that I'm not a fan of edibles. he already asked me before I even get a chance to say anything, but like, I had like this dumbass story back in November. I was at a gig and one of the vendors, he was selling edibles and stuff. And, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try this shit, bro. I'm gonna try this. It's just one time. And I buy it, and the vendor specifically tells me, yo, bro, eat half, bro. Eat half. Like, he specifies that twice, bro. And my dumbass eats half, and I don't feel anything. Oh,
the usual. That's what people usually say.
And fucking, I ate the whole thing, bro. Yo, I was gone. Oh, my God, yo. Oh, shit. It's to the point where I couldn't even perform. At one point, I was standing, waiting for my performance, and I'll go like this. And almost fucking fall down, bro. I was like, yo, I was done. I was done.
Yeah. Also, little thing too. Like, I think the first Haze show I was high. Definitely not ever doing that again.
I didn't even know that.
I was. Remember we psyched before.
But I thought it was only like a little bit. I didn't know. I don't remember that you guys took a lot.
Yeah, I mean we smoked the whole blunt, all 4 of us. So yeah, never doing that again. So. You know what? We got a good show for you guys. This is the Haze Show, episode 2. Genesys Takeover. Again, Birth of Flow out on SoundCloud, DatPiff, Juliet out on all streaming platforms, and he's about to drop some more shit. Exactly. So he's probably gonna drop some gems on this episode too. So be on the lookout for that. Stay tuned in. We'll be right back.
I'm yours truly, Haze Hernandez. Today's a special day. Today, we got my very own, straight from the Haze Records, Genesys.
Yo, what's goody? How y'all doing?
How you doing, bro? How's everything?
Yeah.
What's like the most exciting thing you did today?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing, bro. I had a boring ass day, bro.
Well, before we go into it, I just want to shout out Four Toe Coffee because they're out here saving lives, man. Because when you're in this industry, sometimes you gotta sacrifice. Sometimes, you gotta budget well. So, if you gotta drive yourself, 3 hours to get to the studio rather than, paying for the plane or paying for Marta or whatever, you gotta do it. So me, I've been up since 7, doing mad shit today. After this, we got OD shit to do, right? But I'm driving, getting drowsy. My SoundCloud is telling me, hey, if there's a lot of things going on, if you're drowsy, pull over, blah blah. I'm like, well, how SoundCloud know this? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you're about to tell your whole life story.
I'm about to tell the whole story because
Oh
I gotta
my
let
God.
Forto know I appreciate the hell out them right
I
now.
thought this was the Genesis takeover.
So
show.
anyways, Forto, if you need a sponsor, hit me up because I pulled over, got me a Forto, and I was here, alive. All right.
Oh my God.
But got Genesys here. He got Birth of Flow out right now, available on SoundCloud, DatPiff. Got Juliet, available on all streaming platforms. Again, let's give it to our man's Genesys.
Yup. Let's get it.
So before we go into the interview, how about you introduce the first song, let them know, and then we'll get into this.
Alright, so before we even start the interview, I wanted to give you guys a little treat. So this is a song specifically from the Birth of Flow mixtape. Shout out to Maria Aaliyah. Always
Shout
gotta
out.
give her a shout out. This is called Mindset for Life. Alright, play that shit.
I can feel the cries of the voiceless, running out of choices. I got a song for you all. Pay attention, listen. The drive in your eyes, the pain in their lives. Don't you ever decide to end it tonight. Always remember the night when you hustle to fight. The journey to conquer your strive, the will to survive. Make sure to remember this, the hustle is strong. Don't you ever lose your wits, they won't do you wrong. Not easy this, I admit, but you gotta live on. Cause if you ever call it quits, you'll cease to belong. This is my Genesis, the beginning. An era filled with excellence will not be held down by any nemesis. Will not be afraid if I walk out weaponless. Cause these lyrics they bite, they venomous. Pessimists try to have a problem with my eloquence. They say they wanna cure me like if they medicine, but I'm the doctor, they're the patients. Cause I have to cure them of their blatant brainwashing. There's no time for crying in vain. It's the time to rise up and break the chain. Who's gonna save us from the thoughts in our brains? Instead of looking for escape, let's look for change. Listen, you got the key to set you free, but you'd rather be shackled from ankle to feet. We could be the leaders we wanted to be. Just one seed of hope is all you need, for real.
I know it's hard to make it in society, but you can try to be the person you want to be. Things are changing, rearranging. I know it can be so hard, but you got it down pat. If you can fight, I know that it will be alright. To make the change, I know that you can find a way. We need your input and creativity, because it lives in you and me, yeah.
That is Mindset for Life. You can find that on the Birth of Flow mixtape, available on SoundCloud and DatPiff. Go cop that street. So, the Haze Show has been on a wild hiatus. Last time you saw us was November of last year. But between now and then, OD shit has happened. Launched the label, so official American record label. So let me just say this: you guys got your demos? Send it to Haze at thehazerecords.com. If you're hungry like us, you want to own your masters, you want a team behind you, and you want to do it yourself, and you want to make this happen, hit me up. But let's get straight into business. You know, we here for Genesys. Genesys out here working.
You know the vibes.
He got the Dreams music video out now. Y'all can go see it on YouTube. Dreams, DREAMZ. So Genesys, how about let's give the people just a little bit, a little origin story about you,
Alright, so I'm 22 now, so we're gonna go back down memory lane. Way back when I came here to this country, because I wasn't born here and shit. My music at the time was like rock and stuff like that. I was going through that rock emo phase, stuff like that. I would listen to Linkin Park. I would listen to Slim Bizkit, all that stuff. But at the time, I didn't really give rap a chance and stuff like that. And as time progressed, I started listening to artists like Childish Gambino. He really helped me out. He was like a big inspiration to get me into the hip hop. And then I started listening to everything. I was like, I want to see everything that I missed out on. I want to check everything out and shit like that. So, long story short, 2016 happened, and I was like, yo, I actually got lyrics. I got talent. Like, I should stop being shy, and I should stop, being afraid of performing, being afraid of making music, and all that shit. So at the end of the day, the vibes. And 3 years later, look at me now, bro. Look at me now, rocking the same bucket hat. Actually, no, this is a different bucket hat. So yeah, shout out to my bucket hat. Yo, deadass. Shout out to my bucket hat.
So what is Birth of Flow?
So Birth of Flow is my first mixtape that came out on May 10th. Now, this is a long time coming because I've been making this since 2 years, right? I started making this way back in 2017. And it's a collaboration of 10 tracks. Each one sounding different than the last, because I want to show people that I can dip my hand into many different baskets. I can do the motivational rap, I can do the aggressive rap, I can do the I even got a club song in there. Shout out to Dreams. I just released my music video 2 weeks ago, so you check that out on my bio. But yeah, that's just Birth of Flow in a nutshell, man.
Dreams, can you explain the video, just before they actually go see it? What was the process of making the video? Do you have anything, any stories that was during the production of it?
Well, it was tough. I'm not gonna lie. The shooting came way back in August 4th to August 6th, right? Now, the reason why I had it that way was because my birthday is on August 6th. Right, so I specifically wanted to be spending the time on my birthday shooting a music video. I'm all about that hard work and dedication. So, I rented out a beach house and shit like that. I paid my own director and whatever. And I remember getting over there, and the one thing that got me tight, the fucking what do they call it? I guess I'm gonna call it like the host of the B&B. This guy goes, on the actual website, it says, party venues, shit like that is allowed. But then when we actually get there, he comes up with this bullshit saying, oh, no, we don't have any parties, we have to have the music toned down. If you have people, make sure that they're not making any noise. I have a baby upstairs. I'm like, what the fuck? Nah, that shit got me tight, though. But yeah, shout out to the host of the B&B. That guy's a dick.
So, basically, Dreams, you're proud of that?
Yeah, definitely.
What can they expect next? What's the next video?
The next video hopefully will be Mindset for Life. Once again, shout out to Maria Aaliyah. I want people to follow her at Maria Aaliyah on Instagram. I really like her energy. I like her voice, so I definitely want to make a video out of that. Something like on the style of Empire State of Mind, like that type of visual. And Manhattan, trying to have this motivational shit, you know how it is.
So who do you, you said Childish Gambino is one of your influences, but who would you say is your top, 4 to 5 people that basically got you to this point now that you're like, yo, I can do what they're doing?
Definitely. I'm more about the 2000s. So if anybody get offended about not mentioning any 90s, sorry about that. But I got Childish Gambino on top because he's just he does everything. They call him like the Renaissance man. Dude does everything pretty much. Then I'll probably have The Weeknd second. He's definitely my favorite R&B artist. Shout out to The Weeknd. He's coming up with an album this November, which is dope. Number 3 gotta be J. Cole. You gotta have Kendrick Lamar fourth, and then to finish it off, damn, I think I'll just leave it at that, and then I'll just add people as I go.
All right, so you want to give him another song from Birth of Flow right now?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm glad you brought that up. And speaking about dreams, now will be the perfect time to check out the song. So anybody who hasn't listened to the song, before you even listen to the video or watch the video, check out the song. So play my shit, please.
It's fire.
Cash Money AP.
Yeah. I've been dreaming way too long. It's Genesys. Said I've been dreaming way too long. I am hungry, not my fault. I just wanna chase the paper now. Tell me, is that wrong? When I'm faded off the liquor and I feel it way too strong. All I picture is the life that I could have if I'm on. Said I've been dreaming way too long. I am hungry, not my fault. I just wanna chase the paper now. Tell me, is that wrong? When I'm faded off the liquor and I feel it way too strong. All I picture is the life that I could have if I'm on. As I'm walking down the street, ain't nobody notice me. Gotta make it to the top, I just cannot face defeat. Got the dreams all on my mind, I be stressing on repeat. My girl can sense my vibe till she comes all over me. Then she slides in, dirty whining. Let's start grinding, no guidance at her finest. Now I'm wildin', aligning. She's not riding, Ric Flair styling, exciting at our finest. Now we're silent, yeah. As I lay down in my bed, picture speeding on the highway with a Rolls Royce, but instead I am stuck all in the middle like a tattoo on my chest. I am clinging to these dreams like a man all possessed. Like a man all possessed. I just wanna be next. I just wanna be blessed. I won't stop till I'm the best. Said I've been dreaming way too long. I am hungry, not my fault. I just wanna chase the paper now. Tell me, is that wrong? When I'm faded off the liquor and I feel it way too strong. All I picture is the life that I could have if I'm on. Said I've been dreaming way too long. I am hungry, not my fault. I just wanna chase the paper now. Tell me, is that wrong? When I'm faded off the liquor and I feel it way too strong. All I picture is the life that I could have if I'm on. You don't know how it feels. Wanna drive on big wheels. Cars, houses, gigs, crowded. I just like the appeal. This is my dream, it's for real. On my way to 10 mil. Mr. Glass and fans jamming. I'm just being ideal. Yeah, mansions, blinking fashion. Big finances, I'm dashing. Lambo vanish. Just imagine I have this. Rocks on my wrist. This is my wish. While my kids to acknowledge what I accomplished. Hey, this is do or die. Life is short, if I don't make it, what the hell am I? There's no way I'm gonna stand here, my dreams pass me by. They say the sky's the limit, well let them watch me fly. It's like, let them watch me fly. This is do or die. Wanna soar so high, my dreams won't pass me by. Said I've been dreaming way too long. I am hungry, not my fault. I just wanna chase the paper now. Tell me, is that wrong? When I'm faded off the liquor and I feel it way too strong. All I picture is the life that I could have if I'm on. Said I've been dreaming way too long. I am hungry, not my fault. I just wanna chase the paper now. Tell me, is that wrong? When I'm faded off the liquor and I feel it way too strong. All I picture is the life that I could have if I'm on.
Yo, Dreams was a lot of fun. You know, when we shot that, like we had the bottles out, we was getting ready for it, and you know.
Well, I wouldn't say we had the bottles out because those fucking girls took all of it. I didn't even have a chance to drink.
I mean, I don't drink alcohol, but still, everybody enjoys that was on shoot.
You know, I do.
So I mean, at the end of the day, everyone else enjoyed the bottles.
Except Genesys. Wow.
So I mean, okay, here you are,
Mm-hmm.
dropped your first mixtape.
Mm-hmm.
Are you working on a new mixtape? Are you working on your album, or is there anything that you just want to give people little nuggets about?
Oh yeah, of course. So right now, I have two extra singles coming up. Whoa, coming soon. I'm sure you guys saw the post. But anybody who didn't see my post, check out my Instagram at Genny_Genesis, and you'll see it. It's a cover, I got Whoa coming in, and have another song, once again, to be determined. I still don't know the name of it yet, but I'm already almost done. In terms of having a project, I came to the realization that I'm going to have an EP, and I'm going to drop it either December or January, around that range. It's called Flow Motion. It's going to have 6 songs on it. I'm corny like that, I have to have like the theme of flow. Started with Birth of Flow, now I'm going to have Flow Motion. Watch, the next project is going to be Flow Lucian, etc. You know how it is.
Yeah, so okay. What would your advice be to people that are they're in their room writing, but they feel like they're not good enough to just get out there and just take that risk and drop music and go to the studio? What would you say right now to them to get them out of their room and get out there recording?
To be honest, I was in that position a couple years ago when I didn't have confidence in my voice. So for those people who suffering like that, you have to understand that at the end of the day, time waits for nobody. You can be afraid all you want, but if you look back like 20 years from now, 10 years from now, and you still haven't done what you want to do, then you're going to have regret. And regret is the worst feeling you can ever have. So you just got to get up and do it, bro. Get up and do it.
So since you went out, you're out, you're out there recording music. Obviously, you're on stages. From all the stages and all the venues you've been at, which one was your favorite, and why?
I'm gonna give a shout out to my boy Slim over here, but he knows who I'm talking about. So I've only been, unfortunately, this place is called the Delancey Lounge, and I've only been there about 3 times, unfortunately. I need to go there more often. But over there, the vibes over there are really dope. So it's, I believe it's in Manhattan, like right next to the Brooklyn Bridge. And when you go in there, it's like a 2-story bar. Like the first floor is a bar, second floor is a bar, but like the energy there is lit and the support there is great. So because all the people that show up there, they're showing up there because they actually want to show support for the artist. So I fuck with that, man. Shout out to the Delancey Lounge.
Yeah, and if you guys want to get opportunity to perform there, you can just look up Put Me On the IG, Facebook, and it's pretty self-explanatory. You should find it. So what would you say was the hardest obstacle for you to get to this point? Like what was just so difficult for you just to shake?
Finding my voice. One of, if not the biggest reason why Birth of Flow took 2 whole years was because I wasn't confident. I wasn't confident in the shit that I was writing. So I would scrap music. I would replace songs. Like Birth of Flow came out with 10 songs, right? But if we count all the songs that I scratched out and that were supposed to be in the mixtape, it would be like around 20 songs in total. So yeah, definitely finding my voice and finding my confidence and realizing that what I make is good, that was the ultimate obstacle.
And I mean, you're not looking back ever since, right?
Absolutely not. All the shit that I'm doing now is light years ahead, man. I got a lot of heat that I'm sitting on.
When was that euphoric moment though? When you were in the studio, you're like, oh shit, I'm doing this. Like I'm about to do this forever.
It was actually a bit recent, actually. This January, when I recently switched engineers. So I stopped working with X guy, and then I started working with Y guy, right? And his sound was a lot better than the first person I was working with. So I started realizing that I was actually bobbing my head to my own music, and that was like the first time that ever happened. So I was like, yo, I'm in it to win it, bro. And now I don't look back.
What is your writing process? What is your recording process Can you just start first with the writing process and then transition to how you go into the studio?
Yeah, man. Like I'll say all the time, I'm no Lil Wayne, man. I can't just go into the booth and just freestyle an entire song. I have to write everything first. What I do is I just surf YouTube, any beats that I like, whatever. Find a beat, stick to it, start writing the whole day.
And then when you go into the studio,
I already have everything planned.
do you have any like superstitions? Is like, do you go in there barefooted? Like what do you like, what do you do?
Superstitions. Superstitions.
Yeah, like athletes, sports athletes. Like I think I read something that Monte Ellis used to like put his hands in hot wax, and before every game. So like people do. I do myself. I probably do some things.
I mean, this wouldn't be much of a superstition, but whenever I go into the studio, even before I get there, I have the song playing in my head like 7,000 times. Like I'll put it on my headphones and I'll put the song on and I'll put it on loop. So and just play the entire time, the entire way there.
So where's Genesys gonna be a year from now?
Genesys is gonna be living in his mom's basement. I'm joking, but Genesys, definitely I see myself having 2 EPs by then. Hopefully sustaining myself off of the music where everybody will show enough support where I don't have to work a part-time job anymore.
Yeah, that's the part of the grind. It's the goal. It's the ultimate goal.
Because the thing is, becoming a millionaire is hard. Not everybody becomes a millionaire overnight, but it's not as difficult to at least sustain yourself to get a couple grand like a year, so you can sustain yourself and you don't have to work. Music becomes your job.
I got 2 questions for you. You can answer it in whatever order. What do you love about the industry, and what do you hate about it?
What I love about the industry is networking, meeting new people always, listening to new sounds, featuring with new artists. I love that shit. I love the networking. I love talking to other people. I love to talk. The shit that I hate about music, it's expensive. Oh my fucking god, man. Like just to send it back to my engineer, he's charging me extra money. Even though I'm not going to the studio, I'm sending it back so he could tweak one little thing, just to like raise one little volume. He's charging me back. Like Jesus Christ, man, everything's expensive.
What's the problem with the industry today, other than the expenses? Like if you're just from the outside looking in, seeing how other artists, developed artists are going. What's the problem? What do you think?
I don't think this is more for developed artists. I think this is more for just artists in general. Especially in this day and age, no matter what genre, everyone's doing it for the clout instead of doing it because you actually want to do it. There's only a couple people that actually have passion for the industry. Most of the time, they become a rapper or a singer or whatever because they see somebody on, YouTube, flaunting that they have this car, or etc., whatever. And then when they get into the music industry, they realize, oh shit, this shit is hard. People need to understand that if you're getting into the music industry, it has to be because you love it. It can't be because of the money. Money comes after the fact. It doesn't come because you're doing music.
It's a byproduct, if anything.
Yeah, exactly.
What would you do if you were in a situation where someone was like, hey, we'll give you 20 million right now?
Nah, it has to be certain circumstances, man. There has to be a catch, bro.
And I'm only asking this so we can educate the people, because you and I know, but what if someone came to you and was like, hey, give you 20 million right now, all you gotta do is just be, signed for 5 years and whip out 4 albums. What does that mean? Do people understand what that actually means?
9 times out of 10 is gonna be a 360 deal, so you're gonna have no type of rights, and you're not gonna own any rights to your music, or you're gonna have masters or anything. And those $20 million you have to pay back to the label. And then another thing is that if you're making 20 million, them motherfuckers gonna be making 80, 90 million off of your music. So
crucial. That's crucial.
So pretty much what if you're signing into a major, you have to be careful. The most important thing is to read the contract. If you're not the type of person to understand the legal terms, get a lawyer so then they can understand. That's it. A lot of people I see in mainstream where they sign contracts not realizing what it says. Like for example, Lil Uzi Vert. The reason why he hasn't made any music is because he's in constant odds with his label and he doesn't own shit. people need to realize that the contract is the most important thing.
I got a perfect example. You know, when I was growing up in Virginia, you know, through foster care, like 10 years, there was this guy. He was building a house, but he was building a house by himself. And we would pass that house for like 4 or 5 years that I was in the area, and he still didn't build it. So at the end of the day, you know, you could do it by yourself, but if you would hire people to help him, the house would get built faster.
Yeah.
So the main thing is that when you're out there, start developing a real loyal team. You know, the lawyer is key. You know, because if you don't know how to read, or you don't even know how to read more than 2 pages, these contracts, you know, are long and they're extremely wordy. And if you don't want to make the wrong mistake, for perfect example, have a Taylor Swift issue, you know, where you probably not, you know, she didn't want to earn her last albums that she did from her original contract because, you know, it's something that she signed when she was 15. But then she kind of just threw everything away, even though she's doing really great from her new album. But at the end of the day, she literally left everything behind. If you don't want to leave things behind because of a bad deal, make sure that you do your research, do your due diligence, read. Reading is powerful. Read as much as you can, and just be weary. You know, be weary of things that sound too good to be true.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. That's definitely the most important thing. Because, there's going to be some people that's going to say, oh, but you made $20 million, though. Yes, only if you come up with those 4 albums. If you don't make those 4 albums, you're not making $20 million.
I could probably name 10 artists since I've been processing the industry, you know, like from 11 that they're no longer around, you know. And they just dropped one major hit, and you're like, dang, yo, Chingy's going to be around forever. Or Mims is going to be around forever.
Ace Hood.
Or Ace Hood's going to be like all these people. But it's just like, you know, I don't like to say that they're not working. I think it's just what happens is that, you know, you get into the industry and the industry's dirty. It's grimy. It's real grimy out here. And, you know, especially if you're not in, you know, you don't have the luxury as us. Like, we're up here in New York City. It's the biggest media hub in the world. So, you know, we're able to network. We're able to learn more. But I'm just saying, but people that are not from New York or LA or Miami, like, just, you know, you have to put in that work. You know, it's going to be extremely difficult to, you know, blow up from your small town in, you know, the middle of Kentucky if you don't take that risk, you know. So dropping stuff on SoundCloud, you know, it's effective, but take it more seriously. That's really the point. Just take it more seriously, you know, educate yourself, and don't get caught being a sucker at the end of the day.
Yeah, a lot of people are suckers in the industry right now.
Exactly. So Genesys, what do you got for your fans, for the audience, that they can, you know, expect from you in the future with merch, with, like, you know, do you have anything that you're working on?
Okay, so this is outside of projects, so because I already talked about all the projects that I'm doing. In terms of merchandise, I'm glad that you brought that up. I'm gonna start a clothing line called Mirage Clothing. Why Mirage? Because I like the name, I like the word. But either way, what I'm gonna first start with though is I'm gonna launch a line first with bucket hats, because I really like bucket hats. Every single time you see me on a video, you see me on a post, you see me in a picture, whatever, I have to have a bucket hat. If I'm doing anything music related, I have to have a bucket hat. You have to understand that I eat, sleep, and die with a fucking bucket hat, right? That's the point. So I'm gonna have the first merch off of the Mirage Clothing is gonna be Genesys bucket hats, right? So it's gonna come in. The way I'm thinking about it is that I'm gonna order like a small amount first, and then, you know, just have it looking plain in the beginning with different colors and just my logo on it. See if people like it, and then from there I'll have designs and shit like that. You know how it is.
So, Flow Motion. What kind of music are we gonna be getting from that? Are we gonna get the same as Birth of Flow times 20, or are you gonna try to hit us from left field or something?
No, not Birth of Flow. Flow Motion, I'm gonna.
Without giving too much, obviously, you know, you want to have the mystique, but, like, you know, basically, in a very small way, just explain it.
I guess without giving anything away, there's gonna be R&B themes on it, but that's it. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Not every song is gonna be R&B themed, but there's gonna be R&B themes. That's gonna be the major driving force, the new thing that's coming in. Because Birds of Flow didn't have any of that at all.
I see. But so Flow Motion, what made you think of that name? Is it just, you know, well, like we don't understand what flow is, but like, what's the motion? Like, is it? Is it just that the R&B is going to, you know, do something to you like that? If it's going to be completely R&B based, or, you know, have some R&B influence, some great R&B influence, basically.
I think with Flow Motion, this has to do with my logo. So if anybody who's seen my logo, it's water, it's waves, and then my name is distorted in water, right? That's my official logo, right? And I like that. I like the theme of flowing like water. So in a way, this EP is going to be a lot more chill than anything that I've done before in the past.
Why are you doing this though? Why are you out here writing music, dropping it, out here spending money on this music? What is the end goal for Genesys? What's the ultimate goal for you? What are you trying to get out of this?
All right. If we're talking about the ultimate goal, the final goal, to become a legend. It's that simple. Anybody who's, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Anybody who's in the music industry, doesn't really matter what genre, country, pop, hip hop, doesn't matter. If your goal is not to be a legend, what are you doing here?
Exactly.
It's that simple. I'm trying to be honest, my name is Genesys, as people know, and Genesis means the beginning, right? So I want to have like the beginning of my own style of inspiration in a way. Like I want to get niggas, you know, to like I want people to say like a couple years from now, oh, I'm inspired by Genesys. I want to have his style of music, something like that.
When you get to that plateau, though, I mean, how are you going to be investing into, you know, what do you want to invest? What do you want to invest in when you get to that point? Are you going to just redirect it into the music, or do you actually are trying to get to a point where you have more power to help certain situations that you feel that you're actually, you know, wanting to help?
So I'm big on the environment and stuff like that. I love animals. Like if I can, I would love to own a zoo or a safari or even an aquarium. My dude said the Bronx Zoo. That's actually a good example because the Bronx Zoo is like one of the biggest zoos out there. But still.
Yeah, it's a zoo too, outside.
You're gonna stop. But yeah, I'm big on the environment, stuff like that. I want to know anything that I can learn to help the environment. The shit that's going on with the Amazon rainforest, that just sickens me, man. It's exhausting, really, because I see a lot of shit like that all over, you know, news and media and stuff like that. Like, for example, the giraffe just recently got endangered, and I'm just like, how the fuck can the giraffe get endangered, bro? Like, out of all the animals.
The white rhino too, I think.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So I gotta find a way to do something. Like I know that I can't single-handedly stop poaching, but I know I can put a step in the right direction.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta find, you know, what you want to improve, especially when you get that power. Once you get to that, you know, to that stage in your career. So a year from now, you know, you're gonna be. I mean, we're working every day, aren't we? Like every day we're at this. I mean, you and I spend so much time on the phone. You're on the stage almost every week, you know, for free, for paid, whatever. You know, it's just all about stage presence, and you know, especially if you're taking this serious. I think that you really got to be on the stage. Like, you know, I think I'm not gonna name any names, but there's people out here that got hits, and their stage presence is ass. In other words, like, I mean, terrible. And then they go on radio and they're like, yeah, I know I gotta improve it. I'm like, you got a hit though. Like, I mean, you're booming and you don't even know how to get on the stage. And that's because in the beginning, you know, you could get a hit, you know, from SoundCloud or whatever. But at the end of the day, that's where the industry has changed. You know, the whole entire formula of being an artist So like you said, a lot of people are just doing it for clout, and you can drop a unique track, and it can get you, you know, skyrocketed past everything. And if you just don't, I think basically if you don't get the fundamentals in order, you can make yourself look like a fool.
Yeah.
And I think me personally, I love live performances more than music videos. Like, who's your favorite live performance that you've seen in the past 3 years?
The past 3 years, I gotta give it to Kendrick.
Which one?
Damn.
The Humble one?
No, I believe it was 2 years. This was after Damn came out, right? So, and I believe it was the 2018 Grammys, where I forgot which song was it, but I can visualize it in my head. He was standing in the stage, and there were a bunch of people behind him, and they were all clad in red, right? All of them clad in red. And as he was rapping, they would be dancing or whatever. But like whenever you hear a gunshot, they will fall to the floor.
Right.
It was.
Yeah, I think that was Humble.
I'm pretty sure it was the Grammys in 2018, but I forgot which
Yeah.
song was it. Damn.
I mean, he did a whole set. He did a few songs then.
I think it was Element.
Yeah, it was Element.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Element.
Yeah, that one was. I was just mesmerized the entire time watching the whole thing. That was probably the only reason why I watched the Grammys, to see his performance.
Yo, you saw Lizzo's performance at
Yeah.
the beat? Yeah, that was really good. Even though, like, that me personally, I'm not gonna bump that song in the car, but that performance was lit, and that's my point. Like, you gotta be a performer. Like, you gotta be out here really performing. You can't be in a shell and call yourself an artist. Like, you should be wanting to die to get on that stage. Like,
Yeah.
you should want to, like, just like, who cares if you get paid? Because obviously, once you get to that point, when you drop that hit, you got that song on Billboard, yeah, you're gonna get paid. Your rates
Yeah.
are gonna go from nothing to 10,000 or whatever, depending on the venue, depending on all types of things.
Right.
So when I saw Lizzo's performance a few weeks ago, I was like, oh yeah, she's the real deal. Like, that energy, and then she has her brand intact. She has a movement behind her. She had a plan, period.
Yeah.
And she executed to the T. It's all about execution. So make sure, because I mean, some people, in hip hop, you got people that drop hits, they become, they develop a cult following, and they're just natural talents on the stage, and you don't really necessarily have to do much. But I think when Offset was doing his choreograph, set, I think it was also in the BET Awards.
Yeah. And
that came from left field. People didn't even notice. They were like, damn, Offset's dancing. But I liked that. I was like, yo, bravo. Like, perform. Go out there. Really try. Like, stop just, dropping SoundCloud, tracks and, doing, what's that, TikTok videos and stuff. Yo, really get on the stage.
I actually don't like TikTok.
Yo,
at
go
all.
on the stage. Come on, let's do it for the culture, man. Go out there and really take this serious, because I want us to have a renaissance, basically, because we're past, the dark ages of hip hop, which would be like, Crank That and, those songs that were just a bunch of one-hit wonders, and people were having to find their way. And then in the beginning of streaming, the industry basically became oversaturated with music, but people still dominate though. Like, Kendrick, he'll drop an album, he'll dominate. It's because he spends his time, energy, soul, puts his soul into it. So, at the end of the day, people can see through that, especially real hip-hop heads, real just people that love music, There's plenty of people that perform well in other genres too, like, but at the end of the day, today we're talking exclusively about hip-hop. It's just, do you think the effort's out there? You think people are really, like, you think there's a lot of effort out here?
I would give it like a mixed bag. I'll give that answer a mixed bag. Because I can't say no, because I know there are people who are definitely working their ass off. But at the same time, I would say in the underground stage, there's not many people working that hard. Which is a very perplexing thing to say. A lot of people are going to be like, what do you mean? The underground is the one that is putting the most effort? Not really. From what I've seen with my own eyes and seeing a lot of other artists, the reason why a lot of artists stay underground is because, they're not willing to put in that effort at all. The difference between an underground artist and a full-blown mainstream artist is that once they make it mainstream, sure, they might have a team, they might have a whole label backing them up, but the staying mainstream is not easy. And if these people are able to stay mainstream, it's because they're putting the effort in. A lot of people who are underground, they will, just continue doing the grind or continue just doing random shows, but not really investing in their brand or not investing in putting the highest quality music they possibly can. No, it's just stagnant. And I'm trying to break that mold. I'm trying to get out of there.
So for the audience that's watching, there's going to be artists watching too. Like, who are you open to collaborate with? Is it just exclusively hip-hop artists, R&B artists, or are you trying to really just get out there and just feel, basically you said Limp Bizkit and you had rock influences. Are you down to do something like Aerosmith, like Run DMC did in the 80s?
The only band I'll collab with is Linkin Park, because every other hip-hop artist did it. But,
are they even official?
But Chester is dead, so...
Yeah, exactly.
R.I.P.
Chester.
Yeah, R.I.P. Chester. I don't know. I'll probably work with like a house artist, like maybe like Calvin Harris, or definitely not working with Skrillex. No, that's a dub. Marshmello, he's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we're about to open the phone lines up in a minute. So we're about to give you guys the phone numbers. We're wrapping the show up pretty soon, so we're gonna be talking once people call up. We'll let you guys ask Genesys some questions that you might, want to ask him, and then he's gonna drop the final song from Birth of Flow that he wanted to bless everybody with, and then we can chill, and we're gonna bounce to the jam session after this. But so Genesys, like, can you tell the audience, something that you experienced in middle school that you felt like, oh, wait a second, that it was kind of foreshadowing for where you're at now? Because there's people that's been writing since they're 11. There's probably an 11-year-old right now, 10-year-old, 9-year-old writing music. We have that one girl, not girl, little girl, Zaza, who's like 4 years old, killing it. She is killing it. She's doing way better than a lot of people out here.
Way better than me.
So what, like middle school, like did anything happen? Was there like a little dust of like inspiration that started from them?
Yeah. Back in middle school, I didn't go to
Where'd you go to middle school at?
I went to two middle schools. I went to first MS399 in like around the Bronx. It's next to Fordham Road.
Yo, shout out to the Bronx. You already know.
Oh, you know how it is. and then I also went to St. Nicholas of Tolentine, where I stayed there my entire time from 7th to 8th. And that's a private Catholic school down Andrews Avenue. This is also next to Fordham Road, like on the intersection. But I didn't really, back then, I was more about rock, if not 100% about rock. So back in the day, I didn't go through puberty, so I had a very like squeaky voice. So I actually had like a singing voice. Like you can even ask my younger brother, he even liked it and shit like that. Mm-hmm. I had a singing voice, and I would sing along to like the rock songs and stuff like that. But once my voice got deep, forget about it. Like I just left rock behind because I couldn't even sing.
So what was that first hip hop song then that you came across? Was it Childish Gambino or was it another artist?
No, the first artist I came along was both Eminem and Jay-Z, in that order. I started with Eminem. The first song I ever heard of his was When I'm Gone. And then for Jay-Z, Run This Town. Yo, that was my jam. Oh shit. Back in like 2007, 8, around there, I used to listen to that song all the time. And I actually have vague memory of Kid Cudi's Day and Night. I used to listen to that a lot too.
Oh yeah, that's a classic. What was your opinion of his freestyle though at Westwood? Like from 1 to 10?
It was definitely a 10. And it was a 10 because this motherfucker, the fucking lights dimmed, right? And he put that into his rap. That's dope. Alright. It was completely off the top. Like, it wasn't like the most lyrical shit ever. But the fact that he was able to go 3 beats, like 7 minutes long, rapping about whatever the hell he sees without stopping, that's crazy.
Like he was in the zone.
That's crazy.
Like he would like that freestyle. I mean, gosh, that was I'm not gonna say it's the best freestyle I heard because I've heard freestyles from Biggie and Pac that were like, and then Big L. Big L's freestyles are insane. RP to all three of them. You already know RP to all three of them. So if you guys want to call up, the number is 929-480-8478. Call up, talk to Genesys, ask them what you want. We about to wrap the show up at 9, so call up ASAP and you can talk to Genesys and whatever you want to ask him, he's here for you. So
please keep the questions PG.
Yeah. No, we gonna screen y'all. We will definitely screen y'all motherfuckers. So don't even think. We got people over here. Like don't do anything silly. But anyways, So Kid Cudi, you said Day and Night was one of the first songs. So I'm saying that's 2009 because that was when I was my freshman year at VCU.
No, I think that was older than that. I think it was like 7 or 8.
Day and Night, really?
Yeah.
No, Man on the Moon was 2009.
Because I had to be at least 11 years old when I heard
Yeah, Man on the Moon was 2009. Yeah. I mean, that was good, though. Day and Night was a single, I think, that he released.
Yeah, and I think that blew him up.
Yeah, that's what got him on good.
Yeah.
So, is there anything that you want to say to the people before, we wrap the Haze Show up, episode 2?
Anything I want to say to the people?
Yeah, do you want any inspirational words or, anything that, any funny stories, anything?
I'm just gonna hit y'all with the cliche shit and stay positive, because at the end of the day, this world is lacking a lot of positivity. Because I see a lot of fucked up shit happening all the time. So stay positive, Either way, it's just how it is. If you have something that you like, and it doesn't really matter if it's music. It doesn't have to be music. It could be any form of entertainment. It could be, being a doctor, a lawyer, whatever. If you feel like something is stopping you, doesn't matter. Keep going. Don't stop. Always chase your dreams. Because that's exactly what I'm about, and that's exactly what I hope everyone else is about.
So you graduated from St. John's, right?
Oh, yeah. Good times, man. Good times. Actually, no, not good times, but I'll talk about that in a bit.
So, how much do they love J. Cole in St. John?
Bro, I remember this one time, I'm not even joking with you, at the time, 2017, Kendrick dropped Damn, right? And I was working for this program called Jumpstart, where, I take care of little kids.
Out here humanitarian.
Okay. But my director, he asked me, yo, who's your favorite rapper, right? And I said at the time, I was like, currently, I would say Kendrick Lamar, because Damn was just too fucking good. Like, this guy is on a roll. Good Kid, Mad City was phenomenal. To Pimp a Butterfly was phenomenal. And then fucking Damn was just ludicrous, bro. And then this guy literally looks at me straight up. He's like, no, you're in St. John's. It's supposed to be J. Cole. And then whenever there was, like, shows for J. Cole, the fucking ticket sales will be, like, sold out in, like, 7 minutes. By the time I get to the actual line, it's already over.
Jeez.
Over
That's
there is
love.
ridiculous.
That's love. So that's I mean, but you're grad there too now.
Yeah. I mean, right now I'm not that known. I mean, I know people over there, but I'm not that known. But watch when Genesys becomes a household name. These niggas are gonna they're gonna buy all the tickets. It's gonna be sold out. Watch.
What's today's date? Gotta say
Today is September 12, 2019.
Boom.
Right?
It's alright. It's written verbally.
Put that shit etched in stone, bro.
So at the end of the day, Genesys is out here working, grinding. This is you got to do this. You got to want it. You got to definitely be out here doing the most, sacrificing, fun, friends, everything. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the bag, but it's about your legacy.
Yeah.
And
So what's up? I'm about to, shout out to my friend here, but I'm about to tap that.
yeah, about to tap that. It's about your legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, realistically, it is. And if you really take it serious, it kind of just happens, naturally. It's kind of, you can fake it, but the fakes get exposed, and to be completely honest with you, there's a real grim side of the industry, and you can have talent, but you can get it in here easy. You can get through the doors easy, but
Staying here is the problem.
well, staying, but I mean also like what you do. Like, people are out here. Let's be honest, now people are just going to the studio recording and just like, just in the studio.
Yeah,
just to
but-
make, they're out there, people really are in this industry. They're giving, they're giving their all. You know what I'm saying? they're giving their all to get to just a Hot 97 interview.
Yeah.
Just a Power 105 interview, and I think that's like the dark side of the industry that has been around. And you got people that they'll get on drugs, and they'll just get too comfortable, and you'll have tragedies.
Yeah. Just like the last bit, before I even say the last bit, I want to give these motherfuckers a shout out because they're annoying the hell out of me right now. So shout out to L_Wawa 724. I'll say that again for niggas that didn't understand what I'm saying. L_Wawa 724. And then also shout out to I am Alex. Trust me, I am. It's exactly like that. There's no space. It's I am Alex. Trust me, I am.
Yo, shout out, I am Alex. Trust me. Jeez. We trust you.
All right, that's it. No more of these shout outs. All right, so now back to my final thing before we wrap up. The reason why everyone's just so, like focused on going to the studio and then releasing music, whatever, is because of the digital age. 'Cause,
Right.
Back then, you can go to the studio and you can make a song, but everything, putting it out there was the problem. It was all
Exactly.
about who you know. Nowadays, it's not really about who you know. You just put it on fucking SoundCloud or Spotify or any streaming platform, and that's it.
Yeah.
And the rest is history. Whether people like it or not, that's different. Now, you can pay for marketing campaigns, and that makes your life easier. But, guys like Lil Nas X or Lil Tecca, they didn't pay for marketing campaigns.
No.
They just put their songs out. And
Yeah.
it just so happened that those songs were found.
Exactly. I mean, really, don't subject yourself for this game. If you got to take it to that point, that means something's wrong. Like, you should not get to that point where you're out there, giving people leverage on you, on a whole, like blackmail basically. They do things and they use it against you. So, and you're just doing it just because you want to get out the hood. It's just educate yourself, right? At the end of the day, Genesys, basically it's a lack of education out here. That people feel like they gotta do the most riskiest shit to get into a studio, or, and I mean, I see, I'm not, I hear the stories all the time because, I mean, it's out there. The stories are out there. You experience it, especially, coming from the hood. You see, about what people do to get into the studio, thinking that the studio is like heaven, like, heaven's gate, like, it's like something that you can't even get to unless it's about education. And there's tons of studios out here in New York and in Miami, and there's in Virginia. I know in Virginia there's tons of producers. There's people that got high quality studios, and it's just that pay for it. Let's just say pay. If you have to, pay money. I'm just being dead ass. Just like at the end of the day, like if you don't got money, then figure it out. Like, but don't let yourself go that low just to record a song, because it's not that serious at the end of the day. Like, and at the end of the day, you don't want people to hold something against you. You don't want people to. All the decisions you make early in your career, they will affect you in the later, 5 years in. Yeah, you might be a millionaire, but money doesn't equate happiness. And there's the evidence and the proof is in the pudding by just studying the game. There's people that got buku money, and even their net worth is actual it's in the millions, but their behavior and their mannerisms don't show that they're happy.
Yeah. And that's the most important thing.
That's the most important thing. Happiness. You got to be happy. You can't be like, I had to do this to get here, and then it's just like that like animosity, that you hold because of what you had to do, that had to degrade yourself, basically.
Yeah, but bro, if we keep on, it's gonna turn into a TED talk. So
I mean, it is. This is what the Haze Show is. This is the realness. You know, especially that's my goal. At the end of the day, you know, we'll be chilling, we'll be vibing. You know, we'll have some fun times. But at the end of the day, you know, it's been a minute since I've been on the mic, and this is episode 2, and I think that you know a real message is definitely needed. You know, because we've been grinding, and I had to do nothing. I had to do nothing degrading to get to this point. All I did was just educate myself, read mad books, you know, and I got to this point. You know, there's a lot of ways to get money. You got people out here that your fans, you know, they will actually support you if you give them the means, if you give them the access to do that. Even tell them the story.
So, shout out to one of my boys. Let me scroll up to see his names before I say it. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of people in my fucking life. Okay, so shout out to Tokyo Kid Vamp. So, this guy, I met him a couple days ago, right? And he sent me a message request, and I was like, all right, whatever, you know. And turns out it was a video of him on his motorcycle playing Dream, saying that, yo, this shit is lit, yo, this is my jam. And that just put a huge smile on my face. I instantly followed that dude. So I want to give him another shout out, because that's some support, that's some love. So Tokyo Kid Vamp, bro, that's dope.
And what did he say?
And he asked me, he asked me if Dreams was on all streaming platforms, because he was willing to pay for it. And unfortunately, you know, it's not. It's a free project. It's part of a mixtape. So he was like, oh, yo, so, you know, is there any way I can give you money right now and shit like that? And I was like, don't worry, bro. I got some, you know, new singles, and I got new projects coming on. They're going to be commercialized. So, like, it's just stuff like that is what makes being an artist worth it. When you have someone telling you out of nowhere, and you want to know where this guy lives? I live in New York. This guy lives all the way in L.A. telling me that he fucks with my song. That's OD.
Yeah, that's love.
That's OD.
That's
Yo,
love.
I love that. That's dope.
All right, everyone. So this is the end of the Haze Show. We're going to leave y'all with the last song that Genesys is going to bless y'all with from Birth of Flow. We'll be back next Thursday, 7 p.m. on the dot. Maybe not today, but, you know, next week for sure. So let's, you know, I just want to say, yo, you know, again, if you got your demos, send them to haze@thehazerecords.com. And Genesys, plug them with all your handles before you bounce.
All right, so damn, I got a lot of handles. On Instagram, catch me at Genny_Genesys. So that's GENNY_Genesys. That's just Instagram. For Twitter, catch me on Genesys Music 38. And all the time when we're talking about Genesys, it's spelled with a Y, not spelled with an I. It's spelled with a Y. I want people to understand that. And then finally, to kick it off, Facebook. You can catch me at official_Genesys, official_Genesys, and that's the exact same username as my SoundCloud as well, official_Genesys.
All right. Well, introduce that.
Yo, but this song is the final song. It's called Not a Game. It's completely different from what I've just played.
Yeah,
Just fuck with it, man.
this
Listen.
is a story.
We out.
A story about
Enjoy.
everything that could push your buttons and not give a fuck about the consequences. I want you to pay attention. Pay attention and feel my pain. Cause when it's all said and done, music's all I got. Yeah, it's Genesys. This is not a game, it won't be the same. You tore my heart out, fuck the pain. Don't you give a fuck about my name? Now you got me rising phoenix from the flames. All the bullshit you fucking claimed made me who I am, became another reason to chase the paper. Cause unlike you, I have a higher aim. I'm tired of all those conversations, tired of all those proclamations. You didn't care about me, no consideration. Made it really clear when you left me shaking was nothing more than a time you wasted. Just a portrait you fucking painted. Another story that you tell your friends of how you screw up niggas on a daily basis. Like, whoa, you left me all alone, all deserted without a mental home. Got me in my feelings, drinking only Patron. I really thought you could do no wrong. When I see your eyes, know what I see? An empty vessel staring back at me. You left me sick without air to breathe. Now I gotta rid myself of this disease. I'm tired of this. Tired of this, you give me every heart, it's a kind of fit. As I look around, my world crashes down. Now I gotta rebuild it without you, bitch. Don't you worry, no, really don't. It'll all be worth it, I'll make it on my own. Genesys. memories I will outgrow. I've been living on this lonely road, trying to find my way back home. Gotta do this on my own. This is not a game, not a game. You left me thinking I was wrong, when in fact you did me wrong. Now I'm stuck singing this song. It won't be the same, be the same. Now I got no patience, I'm tired of waiting, trying to be a legend in the making. This is my obsession, this is what I'm craving. I did all this for you, you know. Thought you'd be proud, I was stupid though. You made me change and you should know that I'd rather sing this at your funeral. So why did you do it? Just wanna ask, what were you pursuing? Did you ever think of what you could be losing when you grabbed my heart and fucking stabbed right through it? The memories, yeah, they slowly fading. No looking back, no more hesitation. You gotta get my mind right. This I promise that I'll never fall for a so-called goddess. I'm done. No more games, try to come back, act like you've changed. More web of lies, do you have no shame? You just want attention, I ain't no slave, so back it up, don't waste my time. It's been years since you wasted mine. Don't pretend you're sorry, you've crossed the line, and now it's time to leave you behind, bitch. Don't tell me I'm tripping. You left me broken and now you want a second chance? Nah, all you did was fuck my money up. So go bother someone else. Leave. I've been living on this lonely road, trying to find my way back home. Gotta do this on my own. This is not a game, not a game. You left me thinking I was wrong, when in fact you did me wrong. Now I'm stuck singing this song. It won't be the same.